Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'll be trading again with Quarters Broker, and over here I have another great strategy to show you on today's video. So over here we are using just two indicators, and it was a very powerful combination. I'll be showing you a very great point of entry with this indicator, but before then let me actually explain real quick the kind of indicator we're using on the setup, right? So over here we're using Cardinal channel indicator and RSI indicator. All right, so this is the setup of our Cardinal channel, and the EMA period right here is 21. The art period right here is 9, while the multiplier right here it's 2. So over here I actually use our top color for green, which is this up color here, and I actually take it. So let's make sure I take the line, and over here I'm actually using it as green. So I use the middle color, what's it called, as blue, and of course I take the line as well. So the bottom color is red, which is days, and I take the line as well. So that's pretty much all you have to set up with your kidney channel indicator. All right, so when you're done, you close it right here. On our RSI, we are using it on with the period right here it's 7. The overbought condition right here is 80, while the oversold level is 20. I also take all the line over here with this color right here. The green upper color here is green. The oversold color right it's red, where of course the main color of the middle line it's green. All right, so that's just what I did on this part. But guys, always make sure that you take care of any what's it called, any setting I made here, because it's for my own analysis, and it actually works best for me. So that's the reason why I edited the setting. So when you're trying this out on your own, always make sure that you're using the same setting I use on the video. Right, so the period right here it's 7. The overbought level on the RSI is 80, while the oversold level is 20. All right, so and the same thing should happen with your Catalyst channel setup. So that's pretty much it. So right now guys, let me actually put up my currency pair real quick. So I'll come down and explain in details when I'm done putting this up. All right, okay guys, so right over here I've actually put up my currency pair up right there real quick, and this strategy I'm using it on 2 minutes. All right, so this is actually a 2-minute strategy, and of course a 1 minute candle time frame. All right, I'm doing this for 2 minutes and 1 minute candle time frame, so don't not forget that. So how this work, like I said earlier on, this is a very powerful strategy with a very great entry, and I'll be showing you on this video. But before I actually trade, let me explain real quick how it's what's it called, what you need to see before you enter a trade, before I trade. All right, so the number one thing we're looking at here, if there's several things you can actually look out if you want to enter a trade, but I'll only be showing you the most what's it called, effective one, and the most important one that you need to see before you enter a trade. All right, which I'm going to explain in this video. So the number one thing we're looking at here, anytime we're taking a trade, if you're going for a down trade, we always make sure that we have our candlestick, all right, and a very strong overbought position. What I mean by that is that we have our candlestick in our what's it called, very strong overbought position, or we can actually set it in a very strong resistant part. So if you actually see, if you say that you have your, okay, let me use this for example. If you say that you have your candlestick, let me check a moment. All right, if you see that you have your candlestick like this particular candlestick very close to this upper line of your kidney channel right here, we can actually refer to that as a very strong resistant. All right, resistant level. All right, so that's just what I'm trying to explain here. So and this strategy, the way it works is that always make sure that you have what's it called, you have your candlestick in a very strong overbought position. Like is either it's actually really close to this upper line here or actually out of it. All right, so when you see that, always make sure that you have your RSI indicator, your main line here, the middle line here should be in overbought position as well, should be in the green part as well. But there's something you need to look at each time it's on the green line. Always make sure that it is very close to the line. Sorry, that it's very close to the line. Okay, let me use for example that it's very close to the line, or it's out of the line. But the most important thing is actually coming down, heading down, and the overbought position, right? It's actually coming down to the oversold part. So when that happens, you have a very high chance of going for a down trade. All right, it's definitely going to be a good one. All right, but always make sure that you have your candlestick in a very strong resistant level. Have your indicator, was your RSI indicator, very strong in that overbought position, coming down on the trend. Then it will be a great point for you to go for a down trade. The same thing is happening if you are going for an up trade. Always make sure that you have, okay, we can actually use this for a very good example. Always make sure that you have, this is what I'm talking about the other time, is it that you actually have your candlestick break the down part here. This is actually a very strong support level. So is it that you actually see that your this particular country trade you're checking out actually break this what's it called, break this line here, or it's very close to it. Is it that it look like this or like this? All right, any of that, always make sure that they are very strong in any position you find them. Not only that, make sure that your RSI too was very strong in the oversold level. What I mean by oversold level is that you have your main line of your RSI in a very strong position of this down line here. Is it that it actually touches it or very close to it? But the most important thing is that it's actually heading up in the market. All right, it's actually going up, like it's actually following trend, seeing it going up on the overbought position. There's not drop whatsoever. So when you find that, it will be a very good moment for you to enter a trade. Like I said, this is just like this is just a simple explanation, but when I take a trade, of course, I'm going to show you a very perfect moment of what I'm talking about right here. Now, like I said earlier, there's a different what's it called, position you can see, but I will just be trading with a very strong position and a very effective one with a strategy. All right, so right now I'm analyzing the market. So when I get a very good moment, I'll come down and take a trade, and then I'll explain in details the reason why I entered the trade and the reason why I think that is the best moment for me to take the trade. All right. Okay guys, so I'm actually finding a very good uptrend here. I'm going to enter this trade real quick. So before I explain, so over here, this is a very great position. I mentioned it all the time. The number one thing we need to look out each time you're taking a trade is always make sure that we have our candlestick very strong in the support level. This is a very down part level of the market, of the chart. All right, so we need to have the candlestick very strong at the very support level. Reverse, as you can see right here, the market has really dropped to this point. It actually break what's it called, our oversold position line here. It actually broke it down, but over here the reverse was very strong. This is where the candle actually reversed. Not only that, I actually confirmed this with my RSI indicator. As you can see, our RSI was very strong, so it has been coming down from this position until it reaches over here, and when it gets to this point, it starts heading back in the market. So this is another great signal that this market is actually going up for real. And another thing I forgot to mention while explaining the other time is the fact that you always need to confirm this too with your kidney child oversold line, this red line here. All right, there must be a signal that the red line must actually, as in like the red line must actually indicate an uptrend. As you can see over here, the red line actually dropped here, but when you get to this certain point here, it actually dropped, heading back in the market. So this is just like a confirmation of the rest indicator that for real, this market will be going up any moment. All right, so that's the reason why you need always to have this confirmation with your kidney channel, any of the line, either the overbought or oversold line, as a confirmation to the rest indicator before you go ahead and take a trade. Let's see if we can still actually be on the trade. Okay, that's a very close one, guys. So guys, we actually end up in the money, and over here the only thing I actually observe is that the market really get weak here. This is a very what's it called, very strong doji candle right here. Right, the market was very weak. It's finding it very difficult to actually push up the market, but at the end of the day we actually close on the trade. But like I said, this is if on a perfect candle pairs, because over here I think the candle pair wasn't really okay, but on a very perfect candle pairs, this is a very strong signal for you to enter a trade on. All right, so right now I'm analyzing again. So when I find another good one, I'll come down and take a trade. This is something I want to explain in this video, which have never really get a position to explain. So of course I'm analyzing again. So when I get a good moment, I'll come down and take a trade. Of course I will be actually explaining the details. Okay guys, so we're having a very good moment here. As you can see, this is a very clear indication of an uptrend. This, the confirmation is right with our oversold position of the kidney channel. The same thing happened with our RSI indicator. So this is a very good position. I'm going to enter an uptrend there. All right, so this is a confirmation I'm actually looking for. I want to explain real quick. When this happened, it actually indicates that there is a very strong what's it called, probability of an uptrend, because the reason why is that this oversold position line here have actually made it clear to us that the confirmation of the candlestick that okay, this is the time it actually going up. And also if you actually check out our RSI, you can see that we have our RSI in a very strong oversold position, and it actually gave us a very clear uptrend signal as well. So when this happened, this is actually a very great moment for you to enter a trade, because any moment the market will start it actually means that the buyer have actually taken over the market, and the market will start pushing up any moment. And guys, please, we are doing this, I forgot to mention that we are doing this on Heinicke Asia candle. All right, make sure that you're doing this on Heinicke Asia candle, because it's actually a very stable candle on this strategy. So guys, let's wait and see. I think we have more than 1 minute left, so let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one in the next 1 minute. All right, a good one there. We end the money on that. So you can see over here the market actually start reversing in this position. But like I said, always make sure that the confirmation is very clear with your RSI. Have it in a very strong oversold position, and not only that, always make sure that you have a very clear uptrend with your RSI before you go ahead and enter a trade. Always have your candlestick very close to the oversold line in as much you are going for an up trade, and always make sure that the confirmation of your oversold position line indicate for your Ketne channel. Like you can see, the confirmation should be there, correspond along with your RSI before you enter a trade. When that happens, you're definitely going to be in a very good moment on that trade. All right, so guys, let me keep analyzing. Another thing I want to mention, guys, this track, like I said earlier on, this strategy is on a different, it has a different entry point. All right, but I'm going to make a separate video on that, how you can actually spot a good moment on the middle for you to enter a trade. But that time around is never going to be a 1 minute trade. All right, so there's a very good position that you can spot in the middle if you're going for an up trade or if you're going for a down trade. I'm going to make a video, what's it called, like a part 2 video on that, the next video I upload on our quarters. All right, keep analyzing, guys. So when I get another good moment, I'll come down and take a trade. Okay guys, this is a very strong downtrend. As you can see, the confirmation is right here. Let me actually enter 2 trade on that real quick. As you can see, we have a confirmation of our overbought position line of the Ketne channel really dropped, like following a downtrend. This RSI was actually a very strong position, because the RSI has been uptrend, has been in overbought position for a very long time. I wanted to get to this particular point, it dropped. As you can see, this is a very strong downtrend signal. So I'm so certain that in a moment I'll be having a pull down on the market. So that's the reason why I actually enter a trade. Another thing you need to always put in mind is that the candle you're placing your trade on must be a downtrend candle, or the confirmation of downtrend must be on the candle. What I mean by that, when like you can see from here, the uptrend has been going up, and over here there's a reversal. Always make sure that the candle you are placing your trade on actually changes to red, and it must be a very strong downtrend candle. What I mean by that, like, it must be a very strong, consider this actually a very strong candle. This is another great strong candle. You shouldn't have a dodgy candle. If the reversal happened, don't place a trade when you are seeing it on a doji candle. Always make sure that you have a very strong full reversal candle based on the trend you're taking a trade on. I hope you understand. And sorry guys, and very important is that always make sure that you have a very clear indication of your RSI signal. Right, have it in a very strong position, any of the position, either overbought or oversold. But not only that, always make sure that the point on a very good trend, either coming down or going up in the market before you enter a trade. Always make sure that the reversal of the candle you're taking a trade on, the trend must be, the candlestick must be very strong on the trend, and the confirmation of your Ketne channel overbought line also must be indicated. So when you're finding all these trades in the position, I can guarantee you a very good entry on that trade. All right, okay, I think we have less than a few seconds to close this. Okay, we are on the money on that again. So guys, please, this is how you actually trade with this strategy. I think I've actually tried my best to explain this in details. So if you're still having any issue, you can actually use the comment section to ask me if there's anything you still wanted. So I'll try my best to explain. I'm analyzing again. I think I'll be taking my last trade. When I get another good moment, I'll come down and take a trade. Okay guys, I'm actually checking this trade out. So as you can see, we actually get a very good moment with our RSI and of course the line, the oversold position line for the Ketnet channel. But like I said, always make sure that you have a strong candle before you take a trade. It's very important. Okay, as you can see, it is a very good confirmation of our candle that actually plays a trade on that. Always make sure that the candle the candlestick you are taking in your trade actually is strong reversal candle on the trend you're taking on. Like I said, the market has been coming right here from overbought position, and it has actually hit a very strong oversold position at support level, right? So but if you are taking a trade and after we have this confirmation right with our indicators, always make sure that the candle you're taking a trade on is a very strong reversal candle, because that alone will definitely going to give you a very confidence that okay, for real, this market the buyer has taken over and they are already pushing up the market very strong. So with that, you can actually lock in the money within the minute you actually place your trade on. So always make sure that the candle that you're placing your trade on is a very strong candle. All right, it's a very strong candlestick. It's very important. So guys, let's wait and see. It is going to be another good moment, which I'm so certain of, because the buyers actually taking over this market, and then they are ready to push this up for real. So guys, let's wait and see if this is going to be a good one in the next few seconds. All right. So guys, this is how you actually trade this strategy. So please, like I said earlier on, always make sure that you're having your position a very strong position, either the the support level or the resistance level, right? Always make sure that you're having that the position very strong before you decide to enter a trade. And when you're in a very strong position, always make sure that you check that your indicator is giving you a go ahead signal. All right, I think I actually explained what you need to say. As you can see, we're in the money on that. So I think I actually explained what you need to say with your RSI. Always make sure that you have your RSI in a very strong oversold position if you are going for a down trade. Not only that, make sure that the RSI indicate an uptrend. All right, like it indicate an uptrend before you enter a trade. Also confirm your RSI with a help of your oversold position line of the Ketnet channel. The Ketnet channel line needs to actually go in on the uptrend as well. And before you enter a trade, make sure that the candlestick you're putting your trade on is actually a very strong reversal candle. That's just pretty much all that is matters on this trade. Or like I said earlier, I'll be actually making another video for 1 minute on how to actually spot a very great moment when you have your candlestick in the middle. Try this out with a demo account, and when you find it, when you actually fully understand the strategy and how it works, then you can confidently trade this with your live account. All right, always make sure that when you're trading, like I used to say it, I said it like a year ago, when you're trading, the number one thing I learned about trading is that always make sure that you control your emotion. Do not fear that you want to enter a trade. What's going to happen? Always make sure, in as much your analysis is right and you've actually get all the point of entry and you think everything is right, just go ahead and enter a trade and be confident, because if you're having a double-minded, you might actually lose out the best time to actually place a trade. All right, you might be thinking that okay, what is going to happen, and before you know, you might place the trade at the wrong time. Always make sure that since your analysis is right, then go ahead and place the trade. It's very important. Control your emotion. Your emotion is what is actually killing you out if you're always finding it difficult to work with strategy that people uploaded. It's your emotion. Always make sure that you train your mind to calm each time you're trading. It's something that is very easy, right? So that's just it. So like I said earlier on, if you have any question, drop it on the comment section. I'll be right there answering the question. And another thing I won't be answering is I can't answer to everything, all right, but always make sure that you go straight to the point, ask the question that is right, all right, before if you want me to answer it, make sure you ask the right question. That is only for this video, only for the strategy. If there's anything you don't understand, make sure you ask and I'll definitely gonna reply to you. Like I said, if you love the video, once again, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you join our Telegram group. The links will be right there in the description. And I'll see you again on another video.